What's up guys, John XYO here, and in this video we have a ranked gameplay in a trio, Ishia, myself and Historia Avery. Our squad is playing a trio in a ranked game, and what you'll notice right away is that I'm actually not playing a tank, and I'll get to that in a little bit, but for now let's get into the game.
Welcome to Mobile Legends.
Starting off, let's talk about the team comp as well. On our team we have two assassins, Fanny and Saber. Argus is the fighter, Aurora as our only mage, and Grok as our only tank. On the enemy team we have Zilong as the fighter, Natalia as the assassin, Franco and Belmont both acting as off tanks, and Cyclops as the mage. And here, right when we start, we gotta take the jungle really quick.
Watch your head.
Yeah, I was hoping to see whether I could get some experience from Fanny's buff, but of course I don't want to take the buff, so I decided to stay further away. And here, trying to get a last hit on the minion. But what you realize immediately that is with Saber, if you don't get a lot of mana regen or the blue buff, you're gonna find yourself low on mana at all times, as I'm finding myself at this moment, because the first skill costs too much mana. And you realize that in this skirmish against Cyclops, there is no way I'm gonna win in this mid lane fight, so I have to pull back and give him the leeway. Well, this kind of reflects the position of Saber in this meta right now. He is pretty weak in terms of damage and durability, because the mages have so much more damage, and he can't farm fast in the initial status because, well, unless you have retribution, it's gonna be a pain to farm with your slow attack speed and low attack in the early game. And plus, I'm not very sure since when the Saber player started taking Petrify instead of retribution, or even Purify, I guess, because Purify's cooldown is too long, and Petrify has a little bit of a teamfight element. And here we see that Cyclops ulted me, and I immediately have to dash back because I don't want to take all the damage from his second skill. And here, going back to lane right again, and I don't want to move forward because Cyclops, as I mentioned earlier, has an upper hand in the laning phase because he has so much farm, he has so much poke that I can't afford. Especially if someone comes over to gank, it's gonna be a bad idea if I actually do that. So of course I went back to base, get 2 mana, 2 magic necklace because the source costs too much mana. I'm actually looking forward to the next update where Saber's mana cost for the first skill will be reduced, but here we see once we are taking the turtle, Belmont and Franco are trying to steal the turtle, but it's a big mistake on their part simply because they are outnumbered 2 to 3 in the first place, and now that I come along for the gank, it's 2 to 4, and there's no way Belmont and Franco can survive that damage.
I need a worthy opponent.
Here we see that Fanny is constantly pinging for backup. I guess it's because he's harassed by 2 of her counters, Natalia and Zilong. Here I dash for and use ultimate on Natalia, but unfortunately unable to do enough damage, and I was running low on mana, so I decided not to pursue any further because Saber, apart from his ultimate state where he is really in a god state, other than that he is pretty useless. Well, I wouldn't say pretty useless, he's pretty useless in a 1v1, and that he would almost definitely lose a 1v1. And here you see, even with my 2 mana, I'm at 2 magic necklace, I was running low on mana, and here you see this Zilong coming over thinking he could gank me, and Belmont failed his ultimate as well. Here you see Franco managed to hook Fanny, but it's no big deal because Franco is just at level 4, and Fanny is pretty well farmed, as well as I am at level 6. In fact, let's just quickly check that farm. Sorting by gold.
An ally has been slain.
That the most farm champion on our team is actually me at this moment. 2211 gold. We have pretty evenly farmed, just looking at Cyclops, because well, Cyclops has Retribution, which helps him farm so much faster. I'm coming into mid lane to see if I can help, if anything. Nothing has pushback, so I'm not gonna pursue any further. Oh, and back to why I did not play tank this game. Well, it's pretty interesting story, in fact. I wanted to play a tank, but there was some guy on our team, actually the Grok right now, here saying, I want to play tank, I want to play Grok. So I was nice enough to give him the Grok. Even though sometimes, actually a lot of the times, I don't really trust the randoms to play tank, because to be very fair, a lot of tank players, a lot of players in Mobile Legends can't play tank properly. It's like they don't know how to engage, disengage, about teamfight strategies and so on. So I was a little bit hesitant initially to give Grok to our random player there. But I decided, well, since he really wants it, let's just give it to him. I mean, the reputation for bad players on Grok is significantly lower than Fanny and Hayabusa. I mean, if you're a bad player on Fanny, you'll be feeding all game and taking your team's jungle, which is such a big deal. And I see that Fanny and Aurora are going to take the blue buff. I'm coming around to see if I can help. I see Grok in the front line engaging on Cyclops, looking like he wants to do something. And Aurora used ultimate. I immediately dashed in with my ultimate, used Petrify, and sure enough, Cyclops is going to die there. A lot of Saber players that I see do make a pretty big mistake in that they engage first before the team, and it's, I wouldn't say it's I would say it's a pretty bad idea, to be very fair, because you're an assassin. If you're going first, you get focused down first, or you're gonna take the tower aggro, and it's just not gonna be a good idea. And that's how so many Saber players die in the middle, because they engage without their team, and they expect the team to come over, but they don't, and so they die, and then they are blaming the team. Hey, why didn't you come along and follow up? And the team goes, well, I guess, I mean, you're too far off. And here we see Franco did a pretty funny move. He hooked the river crab. And here, as Saber on the sideline, what I need to do best is to poke. And here we see Franco is slightly out of position. And since we have four people here, we only come around and punch him for his bad positioning. Now that I see Zilong is back in the mid lane, I'm coming back to mid to clean the wave. And here Zilong activated ultimate trying to kill me. And since Saber is really squishy, and he can't really fight in the extended battle, I decided there's no point in actually fighting Zilong. So I immediately dash back. Here I see Belmont is kinda low, and with our whole team is just chasing after him. And sure enough, gonna get a kill without ultimate required. You see Argus went in once again. I have ultimate, but my mana is pretty low, so I decided to go and take some farm and clear out the wave at the same time. At this point, I saw Zilong round the corner, so since Saber can't go head to head with almost any character in the game, there is no point in staying forward and taking unnecessary damage and regretting it afterwards. And doing so would have just allowed Zilong to take the tower, which will be a pretty big deal because of his tower pushing skills that can really demolish the tower and probably even tier 2 towers as well. At first I thought I was going to go home, but of course I saw another wave coming in, so I decided, okay, it makes sense if we take this wave first. Let's get this minion, and afterwards I'm going to go back. As with Saber, what you really want to do is to just keep looking out on the minimap for opportunities for you to support your team, gank, engage, and normally, unless you're in the mid lane farming by yourself, I would not recommend you jungling on your own, because Saber's jungling speed is really slow. And here we see that Belmont and Natalia were going down, and so I just followed Grok to the bottom lane, to the top lane, and now we're gonna return back to the mid lane to clear out the minion waves. You see, the enemy team is engaging on our bottom lane, so I immediately rotate to the bottom, looking for an opportunity to support my team. Here, Zilong is pretty low, and my sword is gonna kill him without any help at all. And here I decided to ult Natalia. I think he was no, I was ulting. Wait, let me see. I'm not sure who I ulted, to be honest. I was ulting someone, but I think the ult was pretty useless in the fact that there's no way I could actually get a kill there, and neither could my. And I would have been taking excessive damage. And see that Cyclops is being a little bit cocky and trying to burst me down, seeing that I was so low. But thanks to Fanny, good support from Fanny, I'm able to survive here. I was thinking of going back as well. But once again, I saw the minion wave coming in. And this is one of the key features of farming and your level advantage, is that you always want to be... You never really want to miss out on any wave experience. And here you see the Bellman is coming with the spin. And he comes with the ultimate thinking he could kill me, but of course I have the shield. No problem about that. So I wasn't really afraid. I just dashed away and just go back to base, since I was about to go back to base due to lack of mana in the first place. Now it's kind of the mid to late game right now, since it's about 11 minutes into the match. And here I think I saw Zilong and someone else engaging on our bottom tower. So here immediately I come in with the help of Fanny, be able to get a kill onto Zilong very easily. And that's the price you pay for pushing at the wrong time. And here you see there's quite a lot of action at the top lane, in fact. So Fanny's gonna go around and help. As for me, it's gonna take forever to get from this bottom lane to the top lane from this perspective. So I decided there's really not much of a point. So I'm just gonna come around and push the tower and clear the wave at the same time. And here, of course, the second tier tower is gonna go down. I'm not gonna push any further because it's likely that someone has respawned or recalled the base, seeing that I was at the bottom lane. And once again, we see Fanny engaging on Franco. Very good job, Fanny, for that kill. Here I was going to take a minion, but I stopped immediately because I saw Fanny engaging on Zilong once again. I used ultimate, but it turns out Fanny wanted to go back. I used Petrify, but even though I was at a high health, I do not want to engage with Zilong because simply because he can just lifesteal all that health loss back, and I'll be in a pretty bad position, and the team is gonna say that I'm feeding. And once again, we saw Natalia around somewhere with an exclamation mark. My sword revealed her. And here we're gonna take the enemy jungle. Right here we see Zilong has come over here and used his fear flip on the wrong target. He used Purify immediately, and with the flicker and second skill with Aurora, Zilong for sure is going to die because he did not check the jungle, and the three of us were just waiting in the jungle for him to show up. Once again, I have to go back again because I'm lacking mana, and now returning to mid again and see whether I can help anyone out with my CC. So seems like nothing is really much going on, and I'm gonna come to the jungle and take the buff, since I believe Fanny already has a buff. So I'm just gonna take this without qualms. See that Franco is nearby once again, and I'm just gonna use my blades to spin around and clear the wave quickly. Right at this moment, you see Belmont engaging onto Argus. Argus is able to pull away, no problem about that. Here we see Grog use his wall and stunned Franco with Petrify. And here you see Fanny going in for the cleanup, hopefully, but Looks like they're gonna get away with this time.
I need a worthy opponent.
Once again back to mid lane, and actually moving to top lane now because I saw that Natalia was there. I saw, well, Fanny should be able to take down Natalia on her own. I'm just gonna come here just in case, offer the CC, and yeah, sure enough, there's no way Natalia's gonna survive that 3v1 situation. Here we see Zilong trying to push a mid tower, and unfortunately Aurora didn't have a stun, but anyway, Zilong used Purify, so it would have made a difference. And at this moment I'm returning back to this bottom lane because I saw some minions remaining, and I want to clear out pretty quickly so that I'll prevent any hopes of, you know, split pushing. As you can see from the enemy team, they have Zilong and Natalia, which are both pretty good split pushers, so I want to minimize that risk as much as possible. Once you clear the wave, I'm gonna come around and take the next wave actually, or maybe even, let me see. You see Natalia taking the buff. I come in with the ultimate using my swords. I managed to get the blue buff, and it's amazing. Amazing kills, amazing steal of the blue buff because my sword just closed in and took out that last little bit chunk of damage. Here you see Franco has ultimate, Cyclops has ultimate, Grok has ulted Franco. Sorry, Cyclops. Cyclops is really low, but I'm really low as well. Now that the tower is down, that's a little bit of a different story. In fact, we're just gonna push all the way here, but we have to stop because there are no more minions, and also I'm pretty low health, so I decided to go back at this point.
There is no swordsmanship I can't master.
Now going back to this bottom lane. Unfortunately, our turret is going to go down because of the minions. That's okay. At least it's not an inhibitor. And here we just take the jungle, get some farm. Alright, let's talk a little bit about the build I use on Saber. For Saber, because well, he lacks a little bit of damage, so I'm gonna build majority of damage items, something like first starting off with the Bloodlust X. That's gonna give him 10% cooldown reduction, and skills that heal for about 20% of the damage or something. And next item after that will be Magic Blade, and here we see Zilong has charged right into our enemy and our team, and immediately ulted him because he has come over. Aurora is going to die, unfortunately. Here we're just gonna looking for an opportunity to retreat. Good kill on Cyclops by Argus, Belmont, and who's that? Belmont and Franco looks like they're still here. And here we see that Natalia has come around, and with help of Grok, Natalia's gonna die. Unfortunately, you have to use that Immortality for that, but I think it's not too much of a big deal. And we got a wiped out, which is pretty damn cool. And after this wipeout, I'm gonna go home once again because I'm low on mana and low on health. Actually, the whole of our team is actually ready, and now we are ready to take down this lord before it reaches our base without the help of our turrets. It's pretty easy, and now we're just looking for opportunity for an engage of some sort. And you see Argus is in the front line right now. He is taking the enemy jungle, but unfortunately Cyclops is still gonna get it. And you see that Grok has engaged onto the Franco. He put up his wall. Franco disabled Grok. And now you see some pretty big action on the middle lane. I'm gonna come around by the side lane because I saw Natalia was here somewhere, and I want to prevent crazy encounter the other time. And now that I've cleared out most of the jungle, I mean, not really most of the jungle. Most of the extra additional stuff as I come back and offer my services to the community. And here we see that I saw that Cyclops was there, so I immediately come here and get the kill. And with Fanny doing so much damage, that's causing a big headache for the enemy team. They are really in for a doomed time. Once again, here we see that Natalia has come out somewhere. Grok is engaged on Natalia, but he has failed. We're gonna return back and wait for the 51st birthday this time. Natalia has come out immediately without the silence, and I immediately come in with the ultimate. And I'm gonna die here, unfortunately. That's okay. We still have a pretty big advantage here. We see Zilong is chasing, and here we see with Fanny coming over, Zilong's Petrify is not gonna save him, and Zilong is going to die right there. Now here we see that since most of our team is not ready, so we're just gonna spend our time in the jungle and get the farm.
Sir, what's your command?
There we see the turtle, Lord is resurrecting in about 20 seconds. So I told my team, okay, it might be a good time to take Lord right now. And now with my Immortality cooldown is finally off, I can finally just play a little bit more daring, I would say. But not as daring as just dive into the enemy team. That's just broken. Yeah, so they're coming here to take the blue buff again. And my team was nice enough to give me the blue buff. Really needed on Saber. Now that we see our enemy Natalia has gone forward, I'm gonna decide to intercept her. Unfortunately not. In fact, Franco has hooked me. Big mistake on his part because his team is not even here. And I'm gonna use my ultimate immediately, and Franco is gonna die. Now returning to mid once again with a sword Zilong pursuing, what should I say, harassing Fanny. And with Zilong, since there's so much CC, there's no way Zilong can escape that, and he's sure enough he's gonna die. In fact, just checking the scoreboard right now, Zilong is currently sitting at 093. So it's just a bad team on the enemy's turn. They decided to out Belmont, even though it wasn't the best choice. But of course, he was the only choice, so it's a decent out anyway. So that he can't actually, KS Lord, which will be pretty big deal. And here again, we're just cleaning out our lane. Here, just taking out the jungle, taking enemy minions and such. And finally, we are looking for an opportunity to engage once again, since Lord is pushing really close. Before we do anything, I decide to take this turret real fast. And Franco has ulted me. I have Immortality and no fear about that. Come out, use my first ability, immediately use out again. And the Cyclops has ulted me once again. And but then of course we already have a pretty big man advantage and level advantage. I died to Natalia, but my team is able to finish right here with the help of Lord, and that will be the game for us. GG, well played. Well, in the next update, if y'all haven't known, they're gonna reduce the mana cost of Saber's first skill, but his attack damage scaling will be reduced as well. So I'm not very sure what to feel about that. The reduction in mana cost is pretty good, but attack damage reduction is a little bit iffy. I guess we just have to wait and see until before we can actually decide on decide on whether he's actually more viable or less viable in the meta. I think Saber will always have a spot in the meta because of his good crowd control and his harass ability. So anyway, this is all for my ranked gameplay. I hope you guys enjoyed this game, and I'll see you guys next time, probably with a tank again and not an assassin.